In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bring you words of peace of Assalamu alaikum. I'm Ava Muhammad. I'm a national spokesperson for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam. And I'm here along with the South Haven study group leader, Brother Tadero Muhammad, and the brothers and sisters of our community and surrounding communities. The brothers and sisters have spent a lot of time being so inspired by Sister Antoinette, and so they have done an incredible work in gathering gently used, lovely clothing that is being presented in a respectful manner that it should be. Sister Antoinette, in organizing today, called upon each participant to determine what role he or she would have in making something happen. As an attorney, what I'm going to share with you briefly is what we, not only the legal team in the Nation of Islam, but any and all lawyers that we are able to bring to the table for the human rights aspect of this. You know, what really got the civil rights movement in motion was this. Black people had suffered from horrendous social inequality, particularly in the South, for a number of years. We can't even express the pain and suffering that our grandparents and ancestors went through, not even being able to walk down the street. If you encountered a white person, you had to get off the sidewalk. It was considered a violation of social law to refer to a black man or woman as Miss or Mr. And the reason Emmett Till lost his life as a child at the age of 14 is because he violated the social laws, allegedly, of the South by addressing a white female. Now, we're not talking today about inequality. We're talking about radical inequality. We want freedom. We want a full and complete freedom, and that cannot happen unless poverty is eradicated and abolished. The key difference between the child of the slave and the child of the slave master is that the child of the slave has to spend all of his or her time justifying our presence, justifying our existence, where the child of the slave master walks through life with a sense of entitlement to a high quality of life. While I am honored and humbled to be here today, there is a part of me that resents this. I resent that in 2009, we still have to fill our days justifying the obvious, such as the fact that a child needs to have a park to play in. That is stating the obvious, and no time should have to be spent explaining it. We just need to engage, as Reverend Al just talked about, in doing it. The most valuable commodity in life is time. It is not money, beloved. It is time. And what drains us of our energy, drains us of the ability to live a full life, is we give all of our time to the maintenance and upkeep of the children of our slave masters, and therefore we have no energy left over to build for self. Now, how can I prove time is more valuable than money? Because you can print money, you can replace money, but time is what God gives you and I as a gift on this earth, and once it is gone, you can't even buy it back. Now, poverty is more, beloved, even from a legal standpoint. We are going to have to bring in action against the U.S. government in the very near future to bring this to a head. What happened was, in the vicious segregation cycle, what you are dealing with is a mindset in the South of white supremacy and black inferiority. There comes a time when someone has to say, nobody cares what you think, this is against the law. And so Thurgood Marshall and a team of black attorneys took a lawsuit all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court, back during Plessy versus Ferguson, going back to Dred Scott, when it was held that a black man has no right that a white man is required to respect. Plessy versus Ferguson, separate but equal facilities. And let me say this, by the way, this was not an integration movement. The media imposed that. We never sought integration during civil rights. It was a desegregation movement. We wanted the freedom to flourish with and among ourselves and interact with the rest of humanity on an equal playing field. But when it was determined by the United States Supreme Court in Brown versus the Board of Education that separate facilities are inherently unequal, then black people in the South knew they had backing in the law. Because as Minister Farrakhan has said many times, white America makes mischief by means of the law. And so you have to utilize